to the deep dive. We're here to cut through the noise and get straight to the insights that matter in property technology.
That's the goal. And today, we've got something really interesting. It's about how the physical spaces around us are changing.
Exactly. Think about buildings, stores, warehouses.
Mhm.
They aren't just static structures anymore. They're dynamic.
Constantly evolving. And the tech we use to, well, understand and manage them needs to keep pace or even lead the way.
Right. Which brings us to Rhombus. They're a major name in cloud-managed physical security.
Yeah, definitely one to watch.
And they've just rolled out a pretty significant expansion to their AI analytics suite. So our mission today,
Our mission is to dive deep into two specific new features: line crossing and occupancy counting.
we want to figure out how these tools are essentially turning standard security camera footage, that passive recording, into active, real-time spatial intelligence.
It's really about moving beyond just security, Unlocking real operational value for property tech. How can you use what you've got to learn more?
Think of this as your shortcut. We're talking about leveraging existing infrastructure, maybe cameras you already have deployed, to get completely new, actionable insights.
Insights that can genuinely help you optimize how people move, how space is used, even how you deploy staff, making things run smoother, smarter.
Okay, sounds promising. So, before we get into the nitty-gritty of line crossing and occupancy counting, let's just lay the groundwork. The Rhombus platform itself.
All right, good starting point.
Our sources describe it as an open, cloud-managed physical security platform. Now, open, that word gets used a lot. In prop tech, what does open really mean for someone managing properties? What problem is it solving?
That's a really important question. Open here is a big deal. It tackles that age-old problem of fragmented systems. One vendor for cameras, another for access control, maybe another for sensors.
They don't talk to each other. A classic headache.
Exactly. Rhombus aims to unify all that, put it under a single pane of glass. So
Okay.
they're cameras, and they have a wide range: dome, fisheye, bullet, multi-sensor.
All the usual suspects.
Right. They integrate smoothly with access control, various IoT sensors, audio, environmental, motion, entry sensors, even panic buttons.
Okay, so a comprehensive suite. What about monitoring?
They bring in alarm monitoring too. TMA 5-diamond certified live agent verification and dispatch.
Whoa, okay, so 5-diamond, that means top-tier reliability and response times, right, for actual emergencies.
The highest industry standard, yeah. Gives you that peace of mind. The key is it's all designed to work together, not like separate pieces cobbled together.
So unification is the big win, especially if you're managing, say, multiple buildings or a large campus, getting that single view.
Definitely.
And being cloud managed, especially with security and operational data, cybersecurity must be like front and center.
Oh, absolutely. It has to be. Rhombus emphasizes that their platform is built with cybersecurity as a foundation. They use a cloud edge architecture.
Cloud edge.
Yeah.
Break that down a bit.
Sure. It means some processing happens right on the device at the edge, like on the camera itself, for speed and real-time analysis. But the cloud is used for the heavy lifting: storage, scalability, centralized management, and pulling insights together.
So distributed intelligence, kind of.
Sort of, yeah. It enhances speed and security. It's also built to adapt. They mention full interoperability, over 50 integrations ready to go, and a 100% open API.
Okay, let's pause on that open API. Again, practical terms.
Yeah.
Say I'm an operations manager, Sarah, running smart office buildings. She's got tenant management software, maybe energy systems already. What does the open API do for her?
For Sarah, it means flexibility. Huge flexibility. If she loves her current property management software, or maybe her HR system tracks staffing.
Right, she doesn't want to ditch those.
Exactly. The open API lets her pull that rich Rhombus data, the occupancy trends, the foot traffic patterns we're about to talk about, directly into her systems, the ones she uses every day.
So no need to constantly switch screens or manually mash data together. It feeds into her existing workflow.
Precisely. It avoids vendor lock-in and lets her leverage her current tech investment while still getting these new insights. Future-proofing, really.
Okay, that makes sense. It sounds like they're pushing this idea of actionable AI insights. Not just data for data's sake, but insights you can act on instantly.
That's the core message, moving beyond passive recording.
Which perfectly tees up this idea of unlocking broader value from cameras you might already own, turning them into tools for smart building insights.
You nailed it. That's the paradigm shift. For so long, video systems were just there for
Mhm.
security, used reactively.
Yeah, you pull the footage after something happens, an incident, a dispute.
Right, reactive. They were like these black boxes offering almost zero proactive help for running the business or managing the space better day to day. Think of all the missed opportunities.
And Rhombus is saying no more. Their vision is to use AI, use analytics, to make those same cameras active contributors to operational intelligence.
Make them a live source of info, not just observers, helping businesses understand space use, staffing needs, customer flow, things they might be guessing at now.
Exactly. And these two new features, line crossing and occupancy counting, they're the prime examples of this shift, turning security footage into, well, live business intelligence.
Understanding how spaces are actually used in real time so you can make smarter decisions faster.
Okay, let's get into it then. Kick off with line crossing. What is this, fundamentally?
So line crossing lets you draw custom virtual lines, basically boundaries, within a camera's field of view.
Like drawing on the screen an invisible tripwire.
Pretty much, yeah. Imagine drawing a line across a doorway, down a specific aisle in a store, or maybe at the entrance to a loading dock.
Okay, line drawn, then what happens? What's the intelligence part?
It then monitors directional traffic across that line. It's not just that someone crossed, but when they crossed, and crucially, which direction they were going.
Ah, directional. So in versus out. Or maybe east versus west down a corridor.
Exactly. That directionality is key. It helps you pinpoint peak times, understand flow patterns, and then make real changes to layouts or schedules to improve efficiency, reduce bottlenecks.
So it answers that question. How are people really moving through this space?
Precisely. Their VP of product, Ricky Cox, put it nicely. He said, we built line crossing to answer a simple question. How are people actually using your space? It surfaces those directional insights.
Helping you fine-tune everything from maybe where staff should be positioned to bigger site design choices?
Without relying on just gut feelings or guesswork, it's data-driven.
Give me a concrete example. Where would this deliver an immediate aha moment for, say, a retail manager?
Okay, imagine a store manager. They use line crossing at the main entrance. They might discover, say, 80% of the morning traffic enters and immediately turns right, but their main promotional display is on the left.
Ah, okay. A missed opportunity right there.
A big one. Or maybe they see peak entry times don't match staff shift changes, causing friction. Or in a warehouse, you could track trucks entering versus exiting a specific loading bay to see if there are delays at certain times of day.
Optimizing those loading docks.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see that being huge for logistics. It turns observation into actual numbers you can work with.
That's the idea. Actionable data.
Fascinating. Okay, so line crossing is about the flow between zones or across boundaries. Let's shift to the second feature, occupancy counting. What does this add?
Occupancy counting tackles the density within a defined area. It gives you ongoing, real-time estimates of how many people are in that specific zone right now.
Like a live head count for a room or a section of a floor.
Exactly. Think of it as an automated counter for any area you define in the camera view.
And critically, how does it do this without needing staff with clickers or those annoying beam counters or sign-in sheets?
It uses AI. Sophisticated computer vision models analyze the video feed to count people accurately. It's automated, it's passive for the people being counted, and it runs continuously.
Okay, AI-powered counting. Why is knowing the number of people in an area so important for optimizing space and staffing? What's the real value add?
Well, first, there's capacity management, meeting safety codes, avoiding overcrowding that leads to, a bad customer or employee experience.
Sure, compliance and basic comfort levels.
But it goes way beyond that. You can identify chronically underused areas. Maybe that conference room is always empty. Could it be repurposed? You can react instantly to surges in foot traffic.
Like suddenly getting busy in one department.
Yeah, and you can see that trend. Maybe adjust staffing in real time or near real time. It helps optimize a physical layout based on where people actually congregate, not just where you think they do, and aligning staff numbers to actual demand, not just fixed schedules.
Can you give me another example? Maybe somewhere like a gym or fitness center.
Oh, perfect example. A fitness center manager could see exactly how many people are in the free weights area versus the cardio section at different times. Maybe they realize the yoga studio is packed Tuesday evenings but empty Thursday mornings.
So they could adjust the class schedule or maybe allocate staff differently based on that real data.
Precisely. Or prevent overcrowding during peak times for safety. In retail, think about product placement. If occupancy counting shows a specific aisle gets tons of traffic, but sales for products there are low,
It points to a merchandising problem, maybe, not a traffic problem.
exactly. Or if an area is always dead, maybe it's time to rethink its purpose entirely. It guides those strategic decisions.
What strikes me is how these aren't just standalone gadgets. They're part of this bigger Rhombus operational analytics suite. It feels like they're really doubling down on making video intelligence, smarter and more adaptive.
That's clearly the strategy. The overall pitch is better safety, better efficiency, better decisions. By combining these AI video analytics with their existing audio detection, their IoT sensor data,
Right.
it becomes a much richer picture.
A holistic view of the space.
Right, a system that adapts and provides insights across different dimensions, turning the whole building into an intelligently understood environment.
Okay, but let's talk practicality. Adoption. If I'm a facilities director, the last thing I want is a cool new feature that requires ripping out all my existing cameras.
Huge point, and that's a major advantage here, according to Rhombus. Line crossing and occupancy counting are designed to work with their existing camera infrastructure.
Specifically, which ones?
Their dome, bullet, and multi-sensor camera series. So if you already have those Rhombus cameras deployed,
You don't need new hardware. No complex setup nightmare.
correct. It's software-driven intelligence leveraging the hardware that's potentially already installed. It unlocks value from your previous investment.
That lowers the barrier to entry significantly. And okay, you've got the data flowing in line crossings, occupancy counts. How easy is it to actually access and use that data? Can I get it into other systems?
Yeah, accessibility seems key too. You can see trends, run reports, all within the same cloud platform Rhombus uses for everything else. So, familiar interface.
And the integration piece, pulling it elsewhere.
That's where the open API comes back in. You can pull all this operational data out and feed it into your other business intelligence tools, your facility management software, whatever you use. Maximum flexibility.
So it doesn't trap the data within the Rhombus ecosystem.
Doesn't seem like it, no. It's designed to integrate.
All right. For listeners who are thinking, okay, I want this,
Mhm.
what's the rollout status?
According to the announcement, these features, line crossing and occupancy counting, are available now, but in a limited release, meaning it's currently for customers with a Rhombus Enterprise license. So if you're on that tier, you might already have access or be able to get it soon.
Got it. Enterprise customers first. So stepping back,
Mm-hmm.
this really feels like a shift. Physical security tech moving way beyond just, security.
It definitely is. Rhombus is positioning these cameras, these existing systems, as engines for operational intelligence, for real-time spatial insights, smart building tech, essentially.
Which makes you wonder, doesn't it, about the future.
Mm.
If you have this kind of real-time, granular understanding of how every part of a building is being used, how does that change things long-term?
That's the really provocative question. How does this change facility management, retail strategy, even architectural design?
Yeah, designing future buildings.
Yeah.
If you know exactly how spaces tend to be used or not used.
Imagine buildings that automatically adjust HVAC or lighting based on actual real-time occupancy in different zones. Not just schedules, but reality. Staffing levels in public venues that scale dynamically with crowd density. Retail layouts that continuously optimize based on observed customer paths.
The potential for efficiency, for better user experiences, it seems enormous. When every square foot is, as you said, intelligently understood.
It could fundamentally change how we design, manage, and interact with physical spaces.
A pretty exciting glimpse into what's coming. So this has piqued your interest. If you're thinking about how to get more value from your existing systems and gain these kinds of spatial insights,
Then the clear next step, the call to action they provide, is to check it out for yourself. You can request a demo directly from their website, rhombus.com. See line crossing and occupancy counting in action.
see how it might apply to your specific spaces and challenges. Definitely worth exploring. You're looking to make your operation smarter.
Absolutely.
All right. That brings us to the end of this deep dive on Rhombus and their move into real-time spatial intelligence. Thanks for tuning in.